Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're all well. Okay, so yeah, in the last one, obviously we bought this new truck, and we've come to I think we're actually in Belgium. So yeah, let's sort the map out. My goodness, that's really not good. I need one in between, don't I? A zoom level. Anyway, right, so I've selected another job to go to, and I'll be completely honest, I've been driving in automatic just before recording this, so I did a Utopia review, which would have come out by now, so yeah, I can say about that. So yeah, I'm not quite used to driving in auto at the moment, and it will take a little bit of getting used to. Anyway, I hope you're all well, hope you're all having a good one. The job I've selected is quite close, so just 4 minutes away, so we'll go and pick that up. I can't actually remember what it is, but we're going up towards the Netherlands. We'll try and cover, yeah, obviously the whole map, but obviously that's going to take some time. Yeah, I really do need to fix this sat-nav, because that's going to be a little bit problematic, isn't it? And when I was recording the Utopia thing, it's such a shame. So one of the mods crashed the game towards the end of it, but that's just one of them things that you have to accept when you use mods. Right, here we go. So up here and in there. Nice. Right, here we go. But I do highly recommend that map, and I might be doing a series on it, so let's change this. I know I shouldn't do this all the time. I should get used to, like, yeah, that kind of configuration. Yeah, I might do a series on it, depending on whether there's any interest, and if I do that series, I'm just going to take all the mods off, apart from Jazzy Cat, and yeah, real mirrors and stuff like that. Anyway, right, here we go. And I remembered something when I was recording that last episode. So I remember once I was doing a delivery in the UK, and it was 2 pallets, right? So not a huge delivery at all, but they'd requested it urgent, so that's why the company that I worked for had taken it. So I got there, I was meant to get there at, say, 5 PM. I got there at 5:10, so 10 minutes late, HGV wise, is nothing, because obviously you can get stuck on the motorway, and the police will redirect cars, but not the big vehicles, because they know that you won't be able to get through, and they know that it will cause, yeah, more harm than good. So sometimes when there's a horrific crash on the motorway, you just have to accept that your schedule is completely gone, like, you know. And if you've got a decent boss and decent dispatch managers, they'll understand as well. It's just one of them things. Anyway, so I got there about 10 minutes late, had these 2 pallets. It was apparently an urgent delivery, and because I was 10 minutes late, when I got there I said I'm so sorry that it's late, and I explained the reasons, and they just started treating me like crap. So they said that I was going to have to wait until other vehicles were unloaded. They told me to go and reverse onto a bay, so I did that. I popped it up against this bay. The door was open already, and then yeah, I was just sat there in the cab, and I thought I'll go back in. Like, I probably waited there for 20 minutes in the cab. I thought I'll go back in and yeah, tell them that I'm ready. So went in, and I said I didn't know whether to come in and tell you, but yeah, I'm obviously on the bay, and yeah, like, ready when you are. And the next day we had to do another delivery, which was a full load, so I needed all of the space in the back, and that was all booked and everything. And the time was getting on now, so it was getting on for time when they might be going home, because it wasn't a 24-hour place. But yeah, they were just like just being really rude and arrogant towards me. And when I was in the office bit, I could see the back of my truck. I could see pallet trucks as well. And I said to the bloke, if you want, I can unload it and then I'll be on my way, I'll get out your way. And he said, no, it needs to be done by one of our staff because you're not qualified. And I said, well, just a pallet truck though. I said, I've got one on the back of my truck, a pallet truck, and he refused. So at this point, like, because I was 10 minutes late, they were just treating me like crap. Loads of people just standing around in the warehouse, and yeah, they'd obviously been told not to unload mine. So, sorry mate, we're undertaking you. How are we doing for fuel? Loads. And I was getting really pissed off at this point, so went back to the cab, phoned the dispatch manager, told him that they were being pricks, and he said, we really need that job like for tomorrow, so yeah, if you can, just dump it somewhere, just dump the stuff and go. He said that, like, if they don't pay, they don't pay, but at least we've done our job, at least we've delivered it. So yeah, I obviously couldn't get keep left. I obviously couldn't get into the back of the truck without going through the warehouse, so walked in through the office, nodded at them, went straight out into the warehouse, went and got my pump truck, and I just put the pallets the other side, but the ramp wasn't in my truck, so the last pallet coming off, it got kind of stuck in the little hole, because yeah, as you pull up onto a loading bay, a ramp comes up and then goes into your truck, and it got stuck. And my goodness, it was so tense, because I was thinking they're going to come over in a minute and tell me off and tell me to put it back in. But yeah, I managed to get that bugger out, and then I had the paperwork in my leg pocket because I always used to wear combats, and I went in and I said, yeah, the delivery's done now, so if I can just get a signature. And he said, well, it's the you need to give it to the bloke that unloaded. And I thought, sod this. So I just put the paperwork down, ripped off our bit, and yeah, wished them a nice day and buggered off. But my goodness, 10 minutes. Most of them though, like, that was one of the worst deliveries I had. Most of them were absolutely fine. Sometimes people used to mess about, whoops, and say, like, go to bay 8, and then they'd say, no, we said bay 6, and you'd just be bloody shunting in their yard. And then some of them you had to go and stand in a little box while your lorry was being unloaded. And I remember once I got shouted at because I wasn't quite in the box. Oh my goodness. And Jolly doesn't appreciate being shouted at, so Jolly's really polite and everything until someone's rude to him. And yeah, I was like literally a foot away from this really badly marked yellow box on the ground. Oh, the joys, the absolute joys. But yeah, I don't want to put anyone off. Most places, when I used to deliver them, they were legends. Oh, I've just thought I've got another mod that I need to put on as well. So it's realistic lights or something, and it makes buildings like that not have all of their interior lights on.
Keep right.
Yeah, and there's no way of knowing what mods are going to conflict with each other either, because there's so many mods out there. What speed are we doing? We are doing 56. Yeah, this is a powerful truck, this one. Because that was a little bit uphill then, I think. And yeah, 8 high. Smashed it. Right, I think we're going to have to keep left.
Keep left. And then exit left.
I just thought I haven't seen a motorbike for a long time, so I think that mod stopped working.
Recompute.
Oh, bugger, we went the wrong way.
Get ready to turn right.
Yep, okay.
Turn right.
Ouch. Well, that gear change is pretty much made me punch my desk, which was lovely. I wonder if we're going to drive past a recruitment agency. That'd be nice. Because obviously we've got a spare truck now, so we can chuck a newbie in it. And it's a good truck. It's just, yeah, that camera thing was messing me up a little bit. Don't cross.
Turn right.
I've been to Antwerp in a lorry. We are very tired. Nah, let's keep going. We'll try and find somewhere better. So them hotels, they're great for when you haven't got a trailer, but there isn't really anywhere to put your trailer in there that wouldn't block everyone or get you told off by the owner. Right, we are speeding as well. Yeah, that's a mod I really need to be able to sleep anywhere. Because obviously in real life, if you can find an industrial estate, a lot of them don't have double yellow lines all the way around, but some of them do, and that's something that really annoys me. So sometimes you'll be delivering to an industrial estate, the yard that you're delivering to, we could have gone in there, couldn't we? Hasn't got anywhere for you to park. And yeah, they'll say come back in 20 minutes or whatever. So you go out to park up somewhere and there's nowhere. It's all double yellow line and there's parking wardens walking or driving around. Yeah, there's an industrial estate in Birmingham where it's lots and lots of kind of small businesses all packed in, and that was all double yellow line. I don't know what the solution is, because obviously it's to stop cars parking as well, but my goodness. Oh right, okay, we're almost there at the delivery. So we'll go and park up somewhere after this and sleep, because yeah, we are pretty tired. But I'll check the recruitment agency before we sleep, because I think it changes every time you sleep. I can't really remember. Right, here we go. Have we got beacons on this? Yes, we've got the kind of zigzag beacons, haven't we? So I'm going to drive up here a little bit, making it easier for myself. I could have straightened it up first, but it's alright. And I'll stay in the wrong gear. There we go. So we don't have a reverse high for whatever reason, which is a shame. Obviously you wouldn't reverse much quicker than this anyway, but obviously for YouTube you've got to try and yeah, streamline it a little bit. Okay, right. Decouple that. Okay. Yeah, so a seriously good amount of money, you know, if this was real life. Okay, so recruitment agency. And have a look. No, I don't want these people. So we'll have a look on the thing. So there's a recruitment agency there that we can unlock, but that's quite far away. So what we'll do instead is go onto the map and so that's services. Yeah, we'll just go here then. Okay, well there. Let's go get some sleep.
Turn right. Turn left.
Yeah, and obviously YouTube's more friendly to daylight driving on this game as well. That's pretty cool.
Turn right.
Oh, rumble strip.
Turn right.
Sorry, mate.
Get ready to turn right. Turn
I really
right.
need to
And
sort
then
my
turn
chair out
right.
so that it doesn't rotate so easily. Come on, mate, we just need to sleep. Look, I'm mirrorball.
Turn right.
Okay, and let's go and park up in here. So, because we haven't got a trailer on, if I was doing this in real life, I would actually put it in the end space. So if someone turned up with a trailer, I wouldn't be taking up one of the spaces. Yeah, so let's do that. And my goodness, so if you've got a motorhome, that doesn't mean you can park in a truck stop, please. If it's really empty, then I suppose that's different. Right, it's not actually going to let me sleep here, so yeah, in real life I wouldn't do this. Because I know the feeling of putting into a truck stop when you've got minutes left on your taco. Going to park up, seeing what you think is a space, lining up for it, and then seeing a bloody tractor unit just sat in it. My goodness. The rage. But yeah, exactly the same with caravans and motorhomes. Right, freight market. Let's have a quick look. Helicopter to Felixstowe. Oh, it's a shame I don't want to go back to England just yet. Birmingham. That's local. Not really any money in it. Right, should we go Germany then? Let's go here because yeah, in my Discord they were talking about hamburgers the other day, so yeah, I know it's difficult with a caravan or whatever when you need a break and you need somewhere to stop, but yeah, just take up a few spaces in the car park
Right.
rather than taking up a lorry driver's space, because like when you look into taco stuff you'll understand why I'm saying that, and I'm not a lorry driver anymore, so it has no impact on me whatsoever, but I just know that frustration. I remember once I pulled into a truck stop and it was daytime and there was two caravans that had set up over 4 HGV spaces, and they were genuinely outside of their caravan having like a meal. They'd put some little fold out tables down, and I just lost the plot because there wasn't enough spaces in there as it was, and I told them they're going to have to move, otherwise I'm just going to block them all in. And I was staying there for hours, and I said to them, if you stay here more than 2 hours you have to pay for parking overnight, and I think it was about a 200 quid fine or something like that. But yeah, my goodness, couldn't be dealing with that. Right. Okay, so that's our load sorted. And we're at 21 minutes. Okay. So we'll be able to get a little bit of the way there.
Turn left.
Oh, we've already started going. Sorry, mate. Yeah, something else that I wish I'd done was laminated a little sign that said something like, I'm on a 45-minute break. Because, yeah, sometimes I had to stop in, like, residential or whatever, and the amount of people that used to say you can't park here overnight, and I wouldn't have wanted to.
Left. Turn left.
Oh yeah, and I've just remembered another delivery I had. So it was a place that sold bricks, and I had to pick these fancy bricks up from there. So I didn't do bricks that often, but yeah, there was a couple of like a few pallets of these fancy bricks, and when I got there they were really rude to me. They didn't tell me where to park, and then yeah, they were delaying everything, and yeah, and then they all went for lunch, which was great, all the forklift drivers, but they kept telling me to move my truck
Ready to turn.
because I was in the way of their branded trucks that were coming and going all day. So I won't say the company name because obviously, yeah, it was just that depot on that very day that they were all crap. But yeah, so they kept telling me to move and everything, so I couldn't have my tacho on brake because I kept having to move the truck. And eventually they decided to load me up. I thought we were going to crash then, the game. And yeah, the bloke had been such a wind up that I told him that I'd put it on brake, which I did. When they started loading, I just put it on brake because I thought I'm not going to be moving for a bit. And yeah, I'm not going to say exactly what he said, but when he came over, he impolitely told me to get off the place. And I said, well, where I was having to move around so much, I've run out of driving time now, so I'm going to have to sit here for 45 minutes. I'm on tacho brake, and the look on his face. And yeah, I was right in the middle of the forecourt, oh, not forecourt, right in the middle of the yard, and they couldn't do bugger all about it. And he said, you've got to move it. And I said, well, if I do, I get a fine. So I said, if you've got someone who's insured to drive this lorry and a HGV driver, feel free to bring them out, but it'll have to be all confirmed by my boss to get permission. And also, every time you speak to me, I've got to reset the clock because that's considered as work. So I sat in the middle of their yard for 45 minutes on a break, absolutely loving life. Yeah, don't be rude to people for no reason. That's the motto. Q8. Yeah, I keep getting frame rate drops for no apparent reason. So I haven't put any more mods on the game or anything, so maybe it's this truck.
Right.
And I should probably talk you through
Right.
the dials in a minute as well. So next time we're on a straight bit, I'll tell you what all the dials mean. Oh no! Why is it doing this? I hope I haven't got to change truck already. I love this thing. I didn't choose the colour, by the way, so obviously if you're buying a used truck you don't get that choice. So if we all like this truck, I can paint it up in whatever colour. Right, so with the dials, obviously we've got the battery gauge, so going from left to right. Then we've got, I think that's water temperature, but it's some kind of temperature. Then we've got revs, so I need to keep it in that green bit for yeah, fuel economy. Then obviously we've got miles per hour, and that one over there that looks like another fuel gauge, so when I get to 56, yeah, that will drop down, so that's the amount of fuel we're using at that moment. So
and then turn right.
when I turn cruise control off, that's going to go to, well, it's not 0, but it's going to go right down. So you want to keep that as low as possible. So if I'm just flooring it everywhere, it's always going to be quite high until I get to cruise control speed. And then obviously it will relax the throttle a lot. And then underneath the... Oh, that's the loan coming out. Underneath the battery, going back to the left, obviously we've got the fuel volume. And then next to it is the brake pressure. So the more I use the brake, the more pressure we'll lose. And if it gets to a point where it's 0, then we won't be able to go anywhere. So let's really quickly go into options and just make sure realistic brakes are on here. No, it wasn't. Right, so we'll pop that on. We won't worry about realistic fuel consumption because I can't remember how good that is. Right. Okay, so now you see the brake pressure just dropped. It takes a little while to build up as well. So that was something else you have to do as well on your walk round checks. Just empty any water that's built up in the air tanks. But that's the thing, where I used to do it so often, I just used to do the checks automatically, so I've forgotten a lot of the stuff that I used to do. But yeah, I did used to have a little list of things to check, and when I jumped back in the cab, I'd just go through and double check that I hadn't missed anything. Yeah, but when you're doing a lot of shunting, you will find that the brake pressure drops a little bit, but to build it up, you just pop it in neutral and yeah, just rev it a little bit for a little while, and then it'll stop. And my DAF had a warning as well, so it'd bleep and something would come up on the screen. So has this got any kind of... Oh, no, there's no digital dash on here at all. But yeah, something could bleep and you get a little visual warning as well. Oh. But it never used to happen when, like, you're on a motorway, obviously, because you weren't using the brakes. Oh, oh no. Is it a detour again? It's a detour, and we might actually be okay because obviously we're not going too far off. Yeah, there's a lot more to lorry driving than people think, though, definitely. That's one of the reasons when I see a lorry driver in distress, I feel really bad for them. Because I feel that pain. And obviously you can't just walk away. So if you get stuck somewhere, or if you've gone down like a road that your GPS said you should go down and all that, your sat nav that's meant for trucks, you go down it and you end up getting stuck, my goodness, like, you feel like just crying. You wish that you could just cry for a moment and yeah, like, release that stress, but obviously that doesn't happen. Right, what time are we at? 30 minutes. So we're going a little bit further. We're coming off here anyway. But obviously we're not going to make this drop today. Okay, we'll go over there. Yeah, country lanes, when it's pitch black and raining, and yeah, you see lights coming the other way, that's when, like, that's when I used to just feel like crumbling. And some people really like the challenge, but I didn't. I just wanted an easy life. Yeah, the worst thing was when you saw a vehicle coming the other way with marker lights on the roof, because you knew that it was either a big van or another lorry. And yeah, kind of getting palpitations just thinking about some of the times that that's happened before in real life now. But yeah, you can't just walk away. You can't just say, no, I can't do this. I quit. Because you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's a lorry there. So you just got to somehow make it through. Sorry, transit. What's all that? Don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I think that may have been a visual glitch. Unless it was them, just a distance. Right. We really need to pull over. Chipper. Oh no, Jolly's made a fool of himself. Jolly's being one of them people. No, we'll have him. And I know we're speeding, but I think 50 will just do 56. That was an ugly coloured Mercedes. Oh, that was something else I meant to do as well. So there's a mod that gives cars realistic colours. Flixbus. Oh god, I want a Flixbus holiday. That'd be excellent. Just go somewhere completely random for about £1. Right, so there's parking up here, so we'll go there. And I know I shouldn't be overtaking just before it, but I need a break. Need to have a drink, losing my voice. Right, here we go. Right, so we're in Germany, perfect. So I used to like Germany. Very clean, very picturesque. Lovely people. What am I doing here? What are you doing, Johnny? Any idea? Are you driving whilst intoxicated? No. Are you driving whilst tired? Yes. Very. Right, where's reverse gone? There it is. Okay, I've really messed this up. Proper. But it's alright to make mistakes. I don't think we're going to be far enough over, but... Okay, so back into that camera. Actually, No, that's alright. I'm happy with that. In real life, I'd be happy with it. That's perfect. People can still swing round. Yeah, something else you have to bear in mind. So when you're parking up, if you park on a corner or something, obviously this isn't a very good example. Oh, we've been driving with our beacons on. If you're parking on a corner or something, just bear in mind that a lorry might need that little bit of road. As lorry drivers as well, so always think about others. Right, so that does bring us to the end of this one. So thanks for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate each and every view. And if you've liked this, please feel free to join me in the next one. So cheers everyone, and bye for now.